So again, we talked about how foreign relations is how one country deals with another country. And usually it's how they're dealing with each other when there's a conflict or after there's a conflict to try and relieve that. So this particular conflict is between America and Spain. So it was resolved in 1821 by the Adams-Onis Treaty, named after the two diplomats, John Quincy Adams from America and Onis from Spain. I can't remember his first name, I apologize, but that's how the treaty is named. So what was happening is the US was trying to conquer Florida. We had, America that is, had all of this land surrounding the state of Florida, but then Spain had that peninsula, which was very valuable for shipping because anytime you have land that's surrounded by water leading out to the ocean and going towards other countries, that's going to be prime shipping port area. And so if you don't own that land, you basically have to rent it or get permission from the country who does. So there were Americans who were creeping on the Spanish land. There were Spaniards who were creeping on American land. And so to try and squelch this conflict here, they had to come up with a negotiation. Now, Spain was also fighting not only with us here, but they were fighting against rebellions in Latin America. So some of their other lands that they owned in Latin or Central America, they were having to kind of fight two battles at once. And usually when that happens, you have to kind of choose, we're going to focus on this area or that area. And so Spain was pretty smart in this endeavor because they knew that America was not only becoming a world power, but having surrounded them on all sides except for the water area, they knew that America was eventually probably going to take that land anyway. So they struck a deal, and for $5 million, they sold us Florida and what is known as the Oregon Country. Okay, so they sold that to us and Great Britain for $5 million, which even still by today's standards, 5 million at that time was probably about 500 million today. But even still, a chunk of land the size of Florida, especially with all those water resources, America got the much better end of the deal here, but Spain got the money that they needed to kind of help their economy, but more so to fight off those rebellions and put down those rebellions in Latin America. This treaty also established international borders. So now it was drawn up and we could tell on a map where was Spanish land and where was American land. So it wasn't like, well, this is ours, no, that's ours. We now had it in writing where the exact boundary was. And essentially it's the current northern border of Florida, along with the southern borders of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and then also Louisiana. So now, with the purchase of Florida, America had all this land in what is basically the eastern 2/3 of what is now the United States of America. So again, like we see in the images here, relations now improved between the US and Spain because of this treaty, because of this deal. And in many cases, a treaty is a negotiation or an agreement where peace is brought about, ending some sort of a conflict.